My name is Samson Kasumban. We'll kick off with the 7 victims of kidnap that are still missing, but police is confident.
How deep is your love? Now that's a question that Amina hoped she would have answered when she staged her own kidnap.
Police has put up a shillings 100 million reward to go to whoever identifies a voice of a suspected murderer of Susan Magara.
Prosecution says the sold SIM cards were used for communication during the kidnap and subsequent murder.
The figures speak loud. Kidnap is a large broom sweeping at the country's feet. In the capital, Kampala, is where it's most pronounced.
Many of them are here in central Uganda.
City parks full. Just in the month of May, 2 girls kidnapped, one murdered, another escaped by whisker. The capital is at the end of the barrow. Urbanities have surrendered, but to the unknown offender.
If you look at the spate of crime now, you'll see that Uganda is suffering from what we call crime. It is like you remember AIDS, crime deficiency syndrome.
In this scene, I walked in the footsteps of victims in a staged demonstration at Namaiwa Tax Park, where I had gone to fill in the blanks. Even before I could indicate my destination, the taxi touts had their way. It has been one kidnap after the other since the start of the year 2018. Shamsa Nakasuja is the latest prey of the kidnappers. On the day of her capture, Shamsa Nakasuja was returning from her parents' home in Mukono, heading southwest of Entebbe Chibutika village. The 19-year-old had to make a taxi stop.
I was coming from the village leading to Ndeje, but the taxi did not enter the taxi park.
Yatuuka mu paaka enkadde n'akubira muganda we essimu zaali ssaawa nga 11 n'amugamba ngeze mu paaka enkadde naye emmotoka ezidde ezaana siziraba.
I asked some men to direct me and they told me to walk right ahead, but in vain. They showed me a man and he was instructed to take me where taxis are.
It is possible she was drugged and lost her consciousness.
I don't remember what transpired after.
Back home in Chibutika, the expectant family was bracing for a homecoming. Before her arrival came a phone call that threw all in disarray.
After 10 minutes, another person called saying he had kidnapped her and demanded a ransom of 10 million shillings and threatened to cut her head off if I didn't have the money.
The motivation is a common thread.
But there are people with evil minds, evil designs, really to achieve nothing except loss of a young, talented life.
Those who have no remorse upon harming other people, they have no regrets. They just don't care as long as they...
Back home, the family was in a mad rush to find the captor's prize figures.
I asked him if I could talk to her, but he said I couldn't because he had intoxicated her. I then asked him to hold on as I look for the money.
Chivumbi, Nakasuja's brother-in-law, instead rushed to the Central Police Station in Kampala,
where I opened up a case of kidnap and we started trading the phone calls, of course, through tracking.
First phone tracking revealed that the phone was in Chisenyi, and afterwards, police told me that her phone had been tracked from Matuga.
It is approximately a 20-kilometer drive from Mengo Chisenyi, a Kampala suburb, to Matuga off Bombo Road. The undying hope to rescue Nakasuja alive suddenly paused when the captor's phone went dead. For the entire night, Nakasuja proved elusive for the family, whose hope was wearing thin. There was no trace of Nakasuja.
When I was moving out, I found the door open and you could think someone has just moved out.
Back home, I received a call that she had been brought by a boda rider who said I'd picked her at Ndinawe bus terminal.
Shamsanaka Suja curves herself in horror as she labors to gather herself for my interview.
We took her for a medical test and some toxins were found in her body, and also the report confirmed the allegation of the rape.
No one quite recovers from such trauma, Ali. This I discovered as I returned to her site of torment. As she recounts, the old tax park is where she lost her consciousness. And here at Ndinawe bus terminal is where she regained her memory after 15 hours of being held captive. Walking down this route to the entrance of Ndinawe bus park, the bus scout reliably informed me that indeed the buses were heading to Kenya. Could her May 18th incident have been a trap? From the old tax park where she was kidnapped to Ndinawe bus terminal along Martin Road in Kampala is a 5-kilometer stretch, approximately an 11-minute drive. Her case is unusual in this forest of kidnaps, disconnected from the previous cases. The kidnappers operated a sophisticated ploy within the reach of the watchful security police residences on the upper side of the bus park. From the ruling tower, however, the state is confident of keeping tabs.
These incidents have been there. The responsible government agencies are dealing with them firmly, and the culprits are being brought to court so that the courts of law can indeed do their job.
NBS Television obtained exclusive information that a ring of suspected criminals comprising 6 persons operating from the old tax park have been ransacked in an operation conducted by security agencies. It is lucrative.
Mostly they are business people, basically.
The late Susan Magara fell prey to that impulse. Unconfirmed reports indicate the slain accountant's family had paid a ransom of 720 million shillings.
Kidnappers are evil people. Anything goes. They want money. They have bloody thirst. They don't care. Really, it's not good to talk to people about them. They're just an evil lot. And we don't want anything to do with them and what they did. They've deprived us of a young life, deprived the nation of a young life. They're not worth talking about.
The nature, traits of the authors of evil is contested.
There's no any organized group apart from the ones of Susan Magara. On all these kidnaps, there's no any organized group.
The motivations are aplenty.
Sometimes it's just convenience. Somebody who walks into their trap, a stranger who walks into their trap. Sometimes it is a pre-planned and premeditated kind of activity where somebody who's likely to be well off is targeted, a child of somebody well off who is likely to afford the ransom that they will ask.
Kidnap, demand for ransom, and murder to finance terrorism.
As of 23rd May 2018, Uganda Police Force revealed that between January and April, 42 kidnaps had been conducted, 20 confirmed as staged episodes, or call them self-kidnaps, while 7 of the 42 had been murdered, 8 rescued, and 7 whose whereabouts are still unknown. Cases of kidnaps mushroomed in a few months. In 2017, only 24 kidnaps were registered by police throughout the year, a figure that would double in just 4 months, without trace of who commits, just the casts.
Those are usually antisocial personalities, and they could turn out to be serial killers. They have no feelings of remorse. They have no feelings of regret upon such extreme actions.
Easy to fish are the women and children, according to police.
The poor can be a target because of religious rituals. They don't need to target a child from a rich family. They just want to perform religious rituals. So not anyone can say that they are safe.
You say that they are looking for money, and in the process, of course, they get cheap sex, and it's kind of I wouldn't even say it's a crime of passion, because passion is about feelings. You don't have feelings for a stranger.
Kidnap for ritual sacrifice. We have so far registered 2 cases.
In some scenarios, it is sexual exploitation.
Among the 3 suspects is a witch doctor that allegedly wanted virgin girls for sacrifice.
So anybody can be a target.
The options to limit the damage are as few as the intentions to hurt are many.
It looks like that these people were much smarter than them. They could not rescue a life. It's been 20 days. 20 days is a long time to wait. 20 days is also a long time to find out what is going on. In the end, we didn't find out.
The intelligence had gone back to 0%, almost 0%. So by the time Susan Magara was kidnapped, we wouldn't have expected so much to be done by the police regime of that time, because everybody, the army was doing their own, police doing their own.
According to the Penal Code Act 120, Chapter 24, kidnap falls under the offences against liberty. Section 243, subsection C, a person who abducts someone with intent to procure ransom or benefit for the liberty of such a person from the danger of being murdered is liable on conviction to suffer death. Section 247, someone who kidnaps a child under 14 years is liable to imprisonment of 10 years. Police records to have arrested about 10 suspects on allegations of kidnap cases as of 23rd May. Experts not impressed by the figures of jailbirds.
Our intelligence tends to deal with the matter hands-on as it comes. There should be a team put aside, like analysts. There should be psychologists. There should be former police officers, former armed officers, to try, and they should be allowed access to these people, so that we try to understand their setups, their minds, because taking them to prison only is not enough. We may be leaving out to save other eggs.
We need tougher penalties, very, very tough penalties.
There's also a broader explanation for the current spree of kidnaps: the state of the economy.
Extracting or extorting money, ransoms from relatives, so it has become a business.
People want to get money. People want to become rich very fast. People want to solve their problems. You saw one from Barara who faked her own kidnap because she wanted to pay loan.
In this theatre of crimes, poverty is not a lone star. Other players share the never-widening field.
Families, parents, that's the foundation. Religious leaders cannot reach all of us, cannot reach into our homes and manage our lives. As a parent who's raising a child, you have a responsibility to instill values.
Does the country need a marriage to solve this puzzle?
That's why what Chola has to revamp and restructure, so that intelligence goes back. Today, there is nothing we call intelligence. It is just a gamble. People are just gambling around things.
This signage has been a normal currency here at the Central Police Station. What has changed are the names of the affected. As the public takes cover, security is on its toes. But the question asked by many is, when is the end coming? Patience Ndinawe, NBS, live at 9.